up, bro?
How you doing, dude?
Doing all right?
Stay healthy.
Staying healthy, man.
It's a beautiful day to be alive.
Always. Yo, man, so I remember I showed you that last song. It's been a while since I seen you, because of kind of what's been going on. So the second song on my album, Playing With My Shadow, it's called Speaking From My Scars.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to show you kind of how that went and kind of how, just how it sounds. Simple as that.
If God dropped an idea, then the Big Bang probably happened.
So
okay.
This is kind of like the breakdown of it. That's a quote, basically my quote. If God dropped an idea, then the Big Bang probably happened. So basically, ideas kind of birth, what is manifested, basically.
It's like foundation of it all.
Just like the ultimate essential foundation.
Okay.
And the play on it is just like, if God, had an idea, the Big Bang might have happened. So like, but who's to say, who's to know,
Yeah.
I think I'm still feeling the effects. Ooh. Have you learned from the skies? Speaking the language of the bars. Can you think past the stars? They're gonna dodge in all the signs in the process. Yeah. In the process. Yeah. Have you learned from your scars? Speaking the language of the bars. Can you think past the stars? They're gonna dodge in all the signs in the process. Yeah. In the process. And soft. I'm in a.
Alright, so that was the chorus. It's just like last time.
I gotta get used to it, yeah.
I think it's worth it in the end, man, because like it just makes it that much more flavorful, because all the ingredients that are in the formula, and then when you hear it, the full entree, the full plate, it tastes that much better.
There's the cumin.
That brand new flavor in you.
The red pepper flake.
Spicy. So yeah, the chorus is basically, have you learned from your scars? Speaking the language of the bards. So, have you learned from your scars is pretty much like your past. So like stuff that's kind of wounded you, or stuff that's kind of had a huge impact on you.
Right.
So there's negative and positive kind of attached to that. So have you learned from that? Have you learned from the positive and negative impacts, scars, marks that you've kind of had on your psyche? Have you learned from those? And then speaking the language of the bards. Bards are poets. There's other stuff to that.
Oh, I'm a nerd, yeah.
But
that's a D&D class.
So just basically plain and simple, it's a poet. And like you're just speaking the language of the poets.
Yeah.
And then can you think past the stars, ducking and dodging all the czars in the process? So a lot of people are like, don't go into the light, but it's like, can you think past that? Like all the lights, all the stars in the sky, can you go past that? Can you think past the star? Can you think past the light? Is there anything farther out there that's farther than the farthest thing out there? And then ducking and dodging all the czars in the process. So czars is like another term for like a demon or something that's like an entity that like possesses you. Because I think it's like in Africa they have women that have been possessed by czars, or basically been possessed by demons.
Is it Z-A-R-S?
Z-A-R-S. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it's just simply put, it's a demon.
Okay.
And so you're basically ducking and dodging all the demons, all the stuff that's negative in the process. So in the process of you making something manifest or doing something,
you're thinking there.
Yeah.
And you're
thinking past the stars, all far, while ducking and dodging all the stuff that's in the way in the process. But yeah, we'll commence.
Process. Yeah. In the process. And soft. I'm in a place where universes are birth found out. It's full of God makers, traveling around the world doing amazing things. Yeah, you know, risk takers. I'm sure you can take me to a place where the legends are wrote. Still sitting at the round table. Turns out y'all still floating in the same old boat. Trying to get this pirate's life for me.
I like that, man. I love this song, dude. This song's so cool because it speaks so much volume to me, and I hope it does to you too. So basically, on this breakdown, we'll see how high we could turn it up. So when I say and soft, that's just the essential 0 point Metatron, all-pervading potential that just permeates through the kinetic. And that's just the place where universes are birthed, so ideas are birthed and found out. So you're there, and when you get there, you find out that's just full of God makers. It's just full of basically
0.1.
Yeah, and into 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know,
Right.
And yeah, that's just where I'm at when I go to create ideas. And part of being a global concilianist, GC guy, is going to those places and finding places like that to birth ideas, birth universes. And then say, traveling around the world, doing amazing things, yeah, you know, risk takers. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You're traveling around the world doing amazing things. You're taking risks. You're doing what you got to do.
Get the job done.
Yeah. And then I say, I'm sure you can take me to a place where the legends are wrote. That's basically like, I'm sure you could tell me about the history. I'm sure you could tell me about the mysticism, the mythologies, the theologies, all the different types of stories.
Ologies.
And where, yeah, ologies, yeah, all where they're all wrote, like how they all start. I'm sure you can do that. And then, but it says, you're still sitting at the round table. Turns out y'all are still floating in the same old boat. So it's like, you're telling the same old stories. You're still in the same old place. And you're still floating in the same old boat. And then I say, so I guess then it's pirate's life for me. So I see that you're kind of growing in your own thing and you're doing what you're doing. But I don't see anything changing for me. So I guess it's pirate's life for me. So I'm going to go find gold somewhere else. You have gold here, but I'm going to go, you know, find some more gold because that's what pirates do. They just go and find the gold.
Yeah.
And that's basically for me. And then I say, now I think we'll play it.
Really working on keeping your mind free. Metaphysics scope still molding in shape what I'm supposed to be. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, here we go. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. So many ways I think I need to go. Oh, are you looking around still trying to...
Alright. So, sorry man, I gotta visualize this before I actually explain it because I want to make sure you understand. So,
Paint some imagery.
yeah. Like, what do you think so far?
It's a lot to unpack for sure.
Lots of impact. Yeah. I mean, I love any type of feedback that I can get. It's just constructive. I take it as constructive as I can.
Yeah, I like what you're talking about it too. Is like that concept of just coming to like, you know, you got to find it for yourself. But like you've told me, even with the GC stuff, it's like, but we're all experiencing that. So it's what is your perspective of it? How are you?
Yeah.
You know, what are you gonna do? You as an individual, and then to other people, kind of like asking them the question, like putting it out there, like, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's where. So in connection to that, I say, make sure you're really working on keeping your mind free. Metaphysical sculptor, still molding and shaping what I'm supposed to be. So, and part of keeping your mind free, you're your own sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
On whatever level, physical, you know, metaphysical, whatever level you want to be on. You're still sculpting and molding and shaping yourself into what you're supposed to be.
Right, you're in charge
because
of that.
that's your choice. Yeah, that's your free will that you have.
Right.
And then I say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, oh. So it's basically like taking all the sounds and just putting it through the donut hole, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, here we go. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. So many waves, I think I need to go. Oh. So like that's just like, that's how it is. Like Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow.
Just telling it like it is.
A lot of different wavelengths. So if there's too many waves, you can't really comprehend, can't really put it together. Time to go. I think I'm gonna go. Oh.
So I'm out of
Who the creator is, if not, then it is what it is. Honestly, I'm probably gonna still keep doing this. Who knows, maybe I always have been doing this. Doing this. Right.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Let's get my fucking groove on.
There's about to be a drop. So after I say oh, are you still looking around, still trying to find out who the creator is? If not, then it is what it is. So if you're still trying to figure out who's creating all this madness, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Good luck.
yeah, you're gonna keep looking, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the question that I'm asking. Are you still trying to find out?
Yeah.
And then if you're not looking,
Yeah.
it is what it is, you know. Honestly, I'm probably gonna still keep doing this. Like, I'm probably gonna still keep, you know, doing me.
Right.
Whatever I put myself into. And then who knows, or honestly, yeah, I'm probably gonna keep doing this. Who knows, maybe I always have been doing this. So who knows, maybe I always have been doing this. So I could have just been doing this all along and it's just been natural, you know, and coming to the realization of how natural it is, you know, that's kind of
Right, like coming through the waves of it.
yeah, like, oh, this is easy, you know. I kind of made it really like hard on myself. But
As you're fucking going through the process.
yeah. Dodging, ducking, and dodging. Let's go.
Have you learned from your scars? Speaking the language of the bars. Can you think past the stars? Ducking, dodging all designs in the process. Yeah, in the process. Yeah. Have you learned from your scars? Speaking the language of the bars. Can you think past the stars? Taking and dodging all designs in the process. Yeah, in the process. You ready? Somehow out of the worst things that have ever happened, some of the greatest things have appeared. Do we yell that to the captain? Like if the quarterback didn't have his receivers, like if the butcher didn't have his cleavers, like if God didn't have his believers.
Yeah, it's a heavy line right there.
Super line, dude. That's all I have.
Super line.
But so that's the chorus again. Beginning of the second verse. So this is the second verse.
Yeah.
So somehow out of the worst things that have ever happened, some of the greatest things have appeared. Do we owe that to the captain? So when things are at their absolute worst,
Yeah.
somehow the greatest things have just
That's where we get it from.
appeared.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's where it connects back to chaos and stuff. Like, all this chaos, you know, something great is going to reveal itself.
Right.
And
It's that balance.
yeah. And people want to talk about these heroes and these bosses and these people who are leaders or who are in charge.
Right.
It's like, out of all those worst things that have happened, some of the greatest things have appeared. Do we owe that to them? Do we owe that to the superior? That's like the question too, like another inquiry, just another question.
Yeah, like is it yeah. Hell yeah.
And then basically it breaks down the dynamic trifold. So like if the quarterback didn't have his receivers, so if the quarterback didn't have anybody to throw to, if the butcher didn't have his cleavers, didn't have his tools, you know,
Yeah.
he didn't have those, or the biggest one, if God didn't have his believers, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if there's nobody believing in God, does God even exist?
And if there's nobody to support like that, you know,
That
great thing.
that idea.
Yeah. Tree falls in the forest.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's,
you ready?
What is your relationship with everything I've gained? That's that vehicle that's gonna sustain. Hologram inside my brain. Nah, I'm just playing. But seriously, I got 7 droids playing on my jungle gym. Part of living life is to figure out what to do with them. Are you still living life by an ism? Sounds like another belief system. But hold up, wait. Ain't you an organism? Or yeah.
All right. So after that, that line. Say, what is your relationship with everything that you have gained? That's the vehicle that's going to help you sustain. So all the knowledge, so global consilience, the consilience is the unity of knowledge.
Right.
So with all the information that you have gained, everything that you have gained, what is your relationship with that? Because honestly, that is the vehicle, that is the sphere that is going to help you sustain your life. And then I kind of mess around. I say holograms inside my brain, like imagery.
Yeah.
And then I say, nah, like, nah. I'm just playing. And I say, but seriously, I got 7 dwarves playing on my jungle gym. So the 7 dwarves are just like, people talk about 7 energies, 7 this, 7 that, you know. It's just the energies playing on the jungle gym, the body.
Right.
And part of living life is just to figure out what to do with those. Figure out to do with those energies and how you just cultivate, you know, all that. Are you still living life by an ism? So like all the isms, Buddhism, Hinduism, help me out here. I know you got some isms. Gnosticism.
Satanism.
Satanism.
Catholicism.
Catholicism.
That's a big
Talking
one.
about a lot of religions.
Other isms. Racism.
Racism.
Classism.
Racism. But
Isms.
isms, yeah. So
Ism,
are you
ism.
still living
Are you
life?
still doing that
Are you
shit?
still living life by an ism?
Yeah.
To me, that just sounds like another belief system. And then I say, but hold up, wait. Ain't you an organism?
There it is. That's the
Ain't
first,
you
that's the
an
first one
organism?
right there. That's the ultimate ism. The ism we all abide by.
Yeah, there ain't no escaping that.
Yeah.
All right, let's play. That's a big, huge.
Got still stuck in a prism. Don't be surprised. A lot of people want to be cut from a stem, and I will leave that to them.
So that's the end. That's the end of that second verse. You know?
That last line, dude. I know we gotta unpack the first part, but that last line.
Dude, and that's how I know. That's how I know that you listening, man. Like, that's all I want, man. It's just people to listen. Just how I would like to listen to your stuff, you know? I know you got your stuff, you know.
I did
What
just,
would just
a
come
little
out?
promo. I just put out a record. It's called 84.
84.
Yeah, it's on all the major streaming services. Check that out. Nate Hill's on it, actually.
Yep. Spotify too.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm on that Ninth Circle.
That shit's bop.
It is super bop. And I'll never forget, dude, when Squinty was like, and like Zach was waiting for him to come in, dude. I'll never forget that, man. That was
Just like off the
funniest-
side, like, oh.
Yeah, he's just listening. He's like, oh no. And then so finish it out. We gotta stay on topic. So to finish it out, oh yeah, I forgot still stuck in the prism. So it's like, oh, we forgot. We're still in the organism. We're still stuck in the prism. Prism's kind of like a symbological way of like interpreting or like the body. Basically, it's just another metaphor for the body.
Right.
And then don't be surprised. A lot of people want to be cut from the stem, and I will leave that to them. So a lot of people don't always want to be connected, you know, to the source, or always want to be connected to what's going on.
It's hard.
So you got to leave that to them. You know,
Yeah.
you got to be respectful.
Yeah.
And what people want to do with their lives and stuff. So you'll leave that to them if that's what they want to do. Don't be surprised. And yeah, that just breaks down the chorus.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Just plays the chorus out.
Yeah, man. All right, so you said we're gonna get some food, right?
Yeah, we should. It's hot.
You gotta freaking roll down the windows. I'm sorry, man. Hey, man, when you get that sauna, bro, you get those antioxidants out.
Yeah. Doctor tells me I got a vitamin D deficiency too, so you know.
Dude, where are my keys at, man?
Oh fuck. Are they in this?
Oh, they're still in my pocket. The joke's on me.
Frank.
Cause I have like 2 sets of keys, so like I can't just be jiggling on both. But yeah, man, let's go. And so yeah, I'll play it for real this time.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of just for the songs that, you know, I kind of want you to like really be vibing with.
Okay.
Check my feeds real quick. All right. So yeah, this is a couple places down the road, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we can grab something real
Yeah, we'll
quick.
grab something real fast. Roll down the windows, man. I know you hot, bro. I know you feeling it.
I think I'm still feeling the effects. Ooh. Have you learned from the skies? Speaking the language of the boss.